Welcome to Rusty Rose Adventures. I'm Max and this is my rusty but trusty home on wheels, Rose. She's 30 years old, done 260,000 miles and spent years out of action before I gave her a second chance at life. After 8 months of restoration, I hit the road to chase my dream of travelling the world. For the past 2 years, I've explored the stunning landscapes of England, Wales and Scotland, but now it's time to take her further than ever. To make that happen, she needs a bit more TLC, starting with swapping the rear axle, changing the front springs and tackling some other small jobs. Let's dive in. So, hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Now, this week's video, as you can see, Rose's wheel's now off. It's just past Christmas. It's the 27th, I believe, and Christmas Day we had Rob over, which was quite nice, and we made a lovely roast dinner, or well, Chelsea did, and I kind of helped. And then we had some mince pies which I made, and some brownies that Chelsea made, and yeah, it was really, really good. And I got some nice new waterproof Vans from Chelsea, and a nice t-shirt that I'm wearing now, a few nice t-shirts, Vans t-shirts as well, and some nice work boots from my mum. So yeah, a few little bits which is quite nice. So I hope you all had a splendid Christmas as well, or whatever festivities you would like to say. We don't do Christmas too much, but it was quite nice with Chelsea. We got the tree in there and stuff. So. But anyway, at the moment you'll have seen from last week's video, which if you haven't seen, cards up here, I bought 2 new axles for Rose, and that's because the bearing in the axle that connects to the prop shaft is gone. So a lot of you won't know what I'm talking about, but basically the drive shaft, prop shaft, the thing that goes front to back from the engine to the wheels, it wobbles around because a bearing's gone basically, and it keeps putting other things out and causing issues, and it's horrible to drive between 40 and 50 mile an hour, which is where I drive pretty much all the fucking time. So I've got a new axle from a 208D, which is a 2.5 ton 80 horsepower van, and the ratio is slightly lower and it has smaller drums. Well, that really wasn't a big issue anyway, because I've got to swap all the brakes over anyway, because I've got all new stuff on Rose here and I'm not just throwing that away. So that's all going on the new to me axle, which has done 80,000 miles. If you didn't know, Rose 310D Mercedes T1 has done 263,000 miles now. She's a high mileage hero, although she did do most of those mileages, pretty much 190,000 in the first 10 years, so you know, she's a good old girl. But what we're doing right now is basically taking all the load off the axle. So I've got the front jacked up at the moment because we're on a slight slope and my front suspension's really shit, and then I'm jacking up the rear as well and putting it on axle stands, so that we can remove the axle basically and fit the new one, and then eventually, and this should take a couple of weeks basically. We've got Charlie over there as well and so it should only take a couple of weeks, and once all the rear's done, it's then going to be moving on to the front, and I've got to uprate the leaf springs to bigger ones because she's sat on the bump stops and they're 30 years old basically, you know. The rear ones do need doing at some point, and I'm kind of stupid not for doing it now, but they don't sell those ones, and basically there's nowhere round here that is going to refurbish them, so I'm probably just going to leave them because they sit alright. At the moment, we've got an axle stand under there holding the chassis up, but we got my jack stuck, so now we've got to jack my jack off the axle so that we can lower that down and go to the other side and jack that up. That's what's happening, so let's crack on.
Just in case. Yes. Still not?
No, just noise. Look at that, fucking hell.
Surprising, isn't it?
It really is.
No way.
I thought that was it. I thought there was a tiny bit of metal left, and I was like, oh, that's literally perfect.
Is it moving now, or is it solid?
There's solid. There's a lot of travel in there. That is proper solid. I'll tell you what, does yours go under here?
That should be enough, shouldn't it?
Jack it from the spring.
Because it's another little bit.
Fucking hell.
Travel this guy, isn't it?
Yeah. That's over there. Gotta get water in the wheelbarrow.
Can I bring wheelbarrow back?
Oh! Maybe a bit of shortbread.
Aye, shortbread.
Husky!
Hello. Hello.
You want to go in?
Go
I'll
on,
help
Yosh.
you up if you want.
Right, it is a couple of days later, and I am. Yeah, the other day when Charlie was round, we disconnected the prop, and now you can see the nut inside, which I'm still not sure whether that just needs doing up or not. But anyway, there's play in that. That moves up and down. It's quite hard to see on camera. I've tried filming it and stuff, but as you can see, the axle is currently sat on the floor. All the tension is off the leaf springs, and we jacked the van up and put it on blocks and an axle stand. So yeah, wheels are off, and next is to undo the 4 bolts for the U-bolts here. So I bought some new U-bolts, so if these don't come off I'm just going to cut them off, but basically you just need to undo this, and then anti-roll bar links need undoing, and the shocks, and then also obviously brake line and brake load sensing valve. So all of that needs to come off, and that's going to be today's job, and then once all that's done we can just slide the axle out. I bought some U-bolts.
You do buy some, yeah?
Yeah, and some wheel bearings.
Yeah.
Yesterday. I only bought two U-bolts. Not thinking
Just for.
that you probably need 4.
Yeah.
2 wheel bearings?
I'm sure we can get at least 2 of them, I love. I'm sure.
No, I mean all the eBay sellers are off till after New Year's anyway, so if I order another one now it'll probably be at the same time.
Yeah.
There was some of them were like 25 quid each and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Expensive. You just spend 25 quid a U-bolt? Like fucking, that's probably what Mercedes would charge as well.
Yeah.
That's 200 quid for a full set of U-bolts.
Yeah. No.
What?
Brake parts, man, that's a ratchet. You ever seen one?
No. Probably just have to cut it off and buy another one. I don't know. Fucking pennies.
Can you get them?
I'm pretty sure.
Double
check.
Yeah, I was double checking you cut it.
I've seen people on the Facebook groups look at them, so I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So I had to break the brake load sensing valve lever that it was made of plastic that joins to the axle with a mallet, so I could then get it disconnected and use an angle grinder to cut them off, and I've bought a new one for 12 quid. Now it was on to undoing the nuts on the U-bolts, which was surprisingly easy. So we've got the U-bolt bolts off, and the brake load sensing valve, brake pipes, anti-roll bar, prop shaft, shocks all off. Done the U-bolts, and now it's not falling off. So I didn't think this bit would be harder. So I think where it goes through the I think what's happening is where the U-bolt is going through here, it's corroded, and it's like the U-bolt is one with the axle now, so now the leaf springs aren't actually coming away. So yeah, we're just trying to whack it. We're going to try to get Charlie's jack, chuck it under one of these bolts here, and see if we can pop the tension off the U-bolt. But there is some gap showing, so it's moving. It's just not fallen out yet. Lovely view. I don't care how much one of these costs, I'm buying one because I've never properly used one before.
They're good, aren't
It's
they?
just melting the bolts, then they just come free.
There you go.
Done.
Right, one side's off.
There we go, 2 U-bolts and a plate for the top. Heat! Heat is the winner. Thank you, Charlie.
Yeah, see what I mean? That back plate's deeper.
Ah, yes it is. Cool. 2 axles. Hello everyone, it is the next day. We did indeed, as you saw yesterday, got the axle off, which was great news. So Rose has now literally got no axle. Here are both of the axles. Now we found out that the ratios are definitely different, but this is lower ratio, so it will mean Rose is screaming more, giving me more power in 5th gear, which is what I need. If it's too much, I might consider putting 16-inch wheels on or putting this one back on eventually, but for now it's going to get me out of shit. Whoops. But thanks to Charlie and Rob for giving me a hand. We got the half shafts out and the bearing races. I'll put a clip in us getting the bearing races out. We just used Rob's pry bar over there. So you can use any old kind of crowbar thing, and we levered it against these bolts and then popped it out like that. It's teasing at the end.
There she goes.
There it is. Beautiful. So yeah, we levered it against these bolts and then popped it out. And that worked out really easy. No cutting or heating up or anything required. Getting the bearing off the half shaft, however, is a different story because it's, I think, pressed on or like tapped down. But we're just in the process of getting this bearing apart so that the inner race is just there. And then what you do is you heat up the inner race and it should pop off, because how you get the new one on is heat up the bearing in an oven or a blowtorch and then pop it over and it will slot over, and then as it cools it will shrink and grab. You need to take a grinder to that, cut that off, and then this axle is fully stripped down. I'm going to use some RTV instead of the gasket to stick the diff casing back on, and then I can wire wheel this all back and paint it. And also, sorry, I'm not sure why my camera is so bad at focusing at the moment, because half that footage I noticed was out of focus, so sorry about that. But we're just going off in Chelsea's van now to a little spot about half an hour away, and we're going to meet up with Rob and Charlie in their vans. So yeah, it's going to be cool to see Charlie's van, because if you remember from last year's winter, he ditched his Sprinter. He had like a yellow Sprinter. Well, this year he's got a Mercedes T2, the bigger brother of Rose, and it's a 609. It is 4-cylinder 4-litre beast. But yeah, so we'll go see him, and he's done a really nice job of it. There they are, Charlie. Hi Yoshi. We've woken up. Good morning everyone. So we've woken up here and we've got snowy mountains. Yeah, it's pretty chilly, we've got the burners on, and yeah, lovely New Year's Day, welcome to 2025. And there's Charlie. Oh, and I see a head of Rob sticking out. Sat out here chatting and now it starts snowing, look at the house. Those mountains have disappeared. Morning Rob.
Morning.
That one's still there. Look, it's snowing. It's snowing, Leek. That is not slowly, Yoshi. Look at the view today. And as I said, there's fucking been shit tons of rain. And all of this is all flooded. Look through the trees, that's the river. We're just going on a little walk and go and see and explore. But we've had some lovely snowfall. It's been lovely. Not at our height, but on the mountains, which is still better than nothing. You can see the river now.
I'm really not very good with my bow.
So we just come across this massive dam, which I think is another hydro dam, because they usually are, because it said something about an intake on the diagram. Rob walked down here, and then you got Charlie and Chelsea up there, and look at this dam. It's kind of like a weir. It's really weird. It's not like a normal dam. I think the water usually runs over the top, which is quite interesting. The mountains are beautiful, being covered in snow. What a lovely New Year's Day.
Oh, what beautiful!
Oh, Yoshi. There's the dam. I think the idea is that these little triangle bits going to divert the water more into the middle of the river. I'm not really sure. Because it kind of leaks around here and down here anyway. Snowing and all. What a beautiful day. I was just saying, last year, this New Year's, we were up Cairngorm Mountain and it was snowing. This year's New Year's, snowing again. Interesting, so we took the wrong road. We've reached the dead end, and this is part of the hydro power plant. Got the mountain there, lock there, mountain there. Once you get to the end of this lock, or well, whatever path it is, but basically the other side of this lock there's a train station that you can only walk to because it's a private road, and you can also get the train there from Fort William. But we also saw an interesting building on the top of this little hill on the way up to this mountain, which had a nice path getting up to it, so one day I'll do that. Look at you. You enjoying your stick there, bud?
It looks cute.
It does look very cute. Can you get a picture of you, Yosh? You see those deer just up there? There they are. About 4 or 5
Come
of
this
them.
way, there's more.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, there's more. As I said, we're now walking up the fucking hill. It's turned into bog. And lovely views. Lovely mountainous views all the way around. But it's just pure bog. Look at the deer up on the hill over there. Off they go.
That way or that way?
We're like 3/4 of the way up there.
Yeah, we're nearly there, but look at the mud now.
Oh,
I just think that's that way, and don't we want to go that way?
no, that way.
We fucking made it, but look. Look at it, bog, bog, bog. Look at that view as well. So, I don't remember what that one is, but that one over there is Locky, that lock over there. You can see it. Yeah, no, Loch Lagan, sorry, that one there. And then, this is what we could see from the bottom. Yeah, so the path has turned into a river at this point, look. You can see it here. Look at that. Oh my god. We did see deer up here earlier, but I'm not quite sure where they were. Go, 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 Yoshi, what is it? Look up here.
Look at this. There's snow up there. The lock. And down there is Charlie and Rob, because we just thought we'd kind of sprint the last bit. But yeah, lovely.
Fuck me.
Nice little checkpoint to climb to that's not the whole mountain, although that looks cool to do.
I don't know whose fucking lungs is saying that to.
Right, well there we are, New Year's. We just all taking pictures of the vans, now we flipped around and they look cool. But yeah, that's going to be it for this week's video. We had a lovely walk, and it hasn't rained today, it's been nice. We've had burners on, and just chilled in Charlie's van, which has been lovely. He's got a lovely horse box. And here's Rob, which I'll link his channel down below so you can go follow him. He's in the convoy here. So, yeah, but what a beautiful day it's been. Sorry my camera battery died, but we're obviously back from a walk and we're just about to head back because I'm going to be working on the van again tomorrow, but that'll be next week's video. So make sure you subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you in the next video.